The Neuroscience of Surrender. Namaste and welcome back to Meditation and Prayer. I am Vikram Singh Basaati. For millennia, the great wisdom traditions have whispered a paradox. To win, we must lose. To be strong, we must be soft. To be in control, we must let go. But for the modern mind, surrender is terrifying. We are taught to build, achieve, and hold on. Surrender feels like defeat, yet mystics insist it is the gateway to peace. Today we bridge ancient wisdom with modern science. We explore the neuroscience of surrender, why letting go rewires your brain. We will break down how surrender in prayer downregulates the default mode network, quieting the ego's frantic control, and activates the parasympathetic rest and digest response. This isn't philosophy, it is a biological upgrade. Take a deep breath, let's begin. Let's start with the anxious guardian of your brain, the default mode network, or DMN. Discovered by Dr. Marcus Reichel, the DMN is your brain's autopilot. It activates when you daydream, ruminate, or worry. It includes the medial prefrontal cortex and posterior cingulate cortex. Crucially, it consumes 20% of your body's energy just to keep you thinking about yourself. The DMN is the biological seat of the ego. It is the narrative network that says, I am Vikram, I must succeed, I am anxious about yesterday. It is a story generator. While it keeps us safe, it is also the source of suffering. A hyperactive DMN correlates with depression and anxiety. A 2010 Harvard study by Killingsworth and Gilbert found that when the mind wanders, when the DMN is active, people are significantly less happy. The DMN is the brain's default state of doing. It constantly scans for threats. It makes you feel separate, forcing you to do to survive. When you pray or meditate with the intention of surrender, you are attacking the DMN at its core. You are telling the brain, stop computing, stop controlling. Let's look at the neurology of that shift. In the frantic control state, your sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, is dominant. This is driven by the amygdala and cortisol. It brings rapid heart rate and shallow breathing. When you pray and surrender, you signal safety. This triggers the parasympathetic nervous system rest and digest. This branch allows healing and restoration. Here is the sequence of a neurological surrender. Step 1. Disidentification. Closing your eyes disengages external inputs, reducing the DMN's fuel. Step 2. Vagus nerve activation. The slow, deep breathing of prayer stimulates the vagus nerve. This sends acetylcholine to the brain, literally putting the brakes on the sympathetic stress response. Step 3. Soothing the salience network. The anterior cingulate cortex and insula act as your alarm system. They detect errors. Surrender soothes this area. You tell the ACC, there is no error, this is right. Now, let's talk about the superior parietal lobule. Dr. Andrew Newberg showed that during deep prayer, activity here decreases. This region establishes the boundary between self and world. When it deactivates, you lose the sense of where you end and the universe begins. This is the neuroscience of oneness. Dr. Judson Brewer expanded on this. His fMRI work proves that experienced meditators downregulate the DMN efficiently. Surrender is the off switch. It breaks the feedback loop of I want and I fear. Instead, activity shifts to the left prefrontal cortex associated with resilience. Here is the promise of neuroplasticity. Every time you choose surrender over worry, you weaken the neural highways of the DMN and strengthen the pathways of peace. Hebb's law states neurons that fire together wire together. You are carving a new path, a path of peace. Chronic stress bathes your brain in cortisol, shrinking the hippocampus, the memory center. Surrender reverses this. It releases oxytocin, the trust molecule, facilitating connection to a higher power. Dopamine and serotonin, not the hit of a notification, but the sustained contentment of calmness. You are bathing your brain in a healing cocktail when you let go. How do you practice this without the ego hijacking it? You cannot force surrender. Trying to try activates the DMN again. Here is the prayer technique for neurological surrender. 1. Intentional stillness. Sit quietly, feel your weight. 2. Acknowledge the ego. Say, I am afraid or I am worried. This validates the DMN. Suppression doesn't work. 3. Shift the focus. The DMN is self-referential. To escape it, focus on the space around you, or the love of the divine, or the rhythm of your breath. 4. The breath of surrender. Inhale trust, exhale control. This directly stimulates the vagus nerve. 5. The mantra. Use thy will be done, or I am held. This serves as a neuropoint, pulling focus away from the narrative. When you say thy will be done, you tell your brain, I am no longer the actor, I am the observer. A 2016 study in Neuroimage confirmed that surrender-based mindfulness decreased gray matter density in the amygdala and increased it in the hippocampus. They shrank the fear center and grew the wisdom center. I challenge you today. Stop seeing surrender as weakness. See it as a neurological workout, the most advanced biohacking available. When anxiety spirals, stop, pause, breathe, whisper the words of release. Watch the frantic waves of the default mode network quiet down like a pond after a stone sinks. Feel the warmth of the parasympathetic response. This is the neuroscience of grace. You are not just becoming peaceful, you are constructing a brain built for peace. You are moving from doing to being. Thank you for joining me. I am Vikram Singh Basaati. If this resonated, like, share, and subscribe to Meditation and Prayer. Let us rewire the world together, one prayer at a time. Om Shanti.